Alright guys, welcome to Hell Week. We're sitting down, we're going to do our first playthrough of Blood Bowl. And we decided to start with these drills, so we're going to do boot camp. And so we're going to run the first drill right here, moving and dodging. You kind of bear with us as we read through it and kind of figure things out for ourselves. Please. Go ahead, Zach, I'm going to go finish grabbing it.
Go ahead and read what?
Yeah, read out loud.
A quick start introduction to Blood Bowl. The next few pages of the rulebook are intended to give you an overview of Blood Bowl and show you how a few of the actions work before they're explained to you. The drills refer to human coach and the orc coach. Remember, this means you. In Blood Bowl, the player is used to refer to the plastic models. If you're reading this by yourself, you'll be playing the part of both coaches. Once you've gone through the 3 training drills here, read through the rules themselves. They're divided into 2 sections. The first part is all the most important core rules, while the second part is optional advanced rules that make for a richer, more exciting game. We recommend that you stick to the core rules for the first couple of games, then bring advanced rules as you see fit. Before you carry on, we will need you to assemble 2 human linemen and 2 orc linemen. If you haven't already assembled them, you can find the instructions on page 50. So it looks. Yeah. It's actually 2 different linemen.
Well, they're both linemen.
Yeah. So, maybe? I don't know. What can I do? Not him. I'm just going to pull those 2. Those are linemen. If they're not, shoot me. Drill number 1, moving and dodging. Set up the playing field in front of you. Set the playing field in front of you and set up the 4 players shown below. Okay, so let's go off center. So it's a 4 by 8. So let's go, center is 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go there. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, you're at the other end at number 1, and then I am here, and you are there. In Blood Bowl, the 2 coaches alternate taking turns one after the other. When it's your turn, each of the players on your team can do something. This is called taking an action. Each player can only take 1 action per turn. There are several to choose from, but for now, we'll focus on the one you'll be using the most. Move. This drill takes place during the human team's turn, so the human coach can take actions with their players. Note the capital H.
What?
Okay. We assume that both coaches are probably human, but we're referring to the one in charge of the human team. You. They pick one of their linemen and declare that they will take a move action. This lets them move up the 6 squares in any direction or a combination of directions, including diagonally. It goes without saying that you can't enter a square contained by another character. You'll need to clear the way first, which we'll cover in drill 2. The human lineman moves 6 squares so that they are standing next to the orc lineman, as shown in the example above. Do this now. So it's nope. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay.
That's how it shows on this.
Well, joke's on you. I moved like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm already breaking the rules.
You could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Alright, whatever.
Any combination as long as you
I'm
end
breaking
up
the
there.
rules.
Tackling and zones. Or tackle zones and dodging. The human coach wants to take a move action with their other lineman, him, to get them away from the orc lineman, who can't blame them. However, moving isn't easy when there's an enemy player breathing down their neck. 8 squares around the lineman, these 8. 8 squares around the player.
So it's all the squares directly next
Yeah.
to him.
Make up its tackle zone. This represents the area in which they can reach in order to grab or tackle other opposing players. When one player leaves the square that's in the opposing player's tackle zone, you need to make a dodge roll. The human player moves to their first square, but before they can go any further, the coach makes a dodge roll by rolling one of the d6 dice. Do this now.
2.
Move the lineman 1 square away from the orc, then roll appropriate dice. If it is a 3 or higher, the player dodges nimbly. Do this now, move the line away from the square. So you want to go like this. There. It's really hard to see the ones right there. Then roll an appropriate dice, which is d6. If you roll 3 or higher, the player dodges nimbly aside and continues moving. On a 1 and 2, they fall down in the square they moved to, and the move ends, which you rolled a 2 originally, so it's...
Well, that was before you finished reading the rule.
In our example, the coach ruled a 5 player. Yeah. So now you keep moving 6. So he moves it up to here.
Yeah, well, whatever.
So that's drill 1. They're going to do drill 2, because we're going to take turns.
Okay.
And I'm done talking now.
Where to go? Tackle zones and dodge. Drill 2, blocking and blitzing. Okay. First, make sure your board looks like the same as the example below, and it does. The human okay. So we're good. Train drill. Now that both players on the human team have taken an action, the orc team takes a turn. The orc coach starts things in much the same way as countless orc coaches in the earliest days of the sport, by taking a block action with the orc lineman standing next to the human lineman. Note that you need to be adjacent to an enemy player to take a block action. Blocks are a fundamental part of Blood Bowl, and it's important that it's the oddly shaped ball, the oversized pads, and the post touchdown victory dances. A blocking player is attempting to put their opponent out of action, or at the very least, move them out of the way.
Okay.
It's not without risks, though. There is always a chance your opponent will hit you back. To determine the outcome of the block, the orc coach rolls a block dice. Each of these faces a special symbol. So these are those funky dice.
Okay. That he means these.
Yep. You can look these up on the reference sheet, but before long you'll know them by heart. In our example, the orc coach rolls and gets
You actually get wham.
Okay, fine.
Which means the human player is pushed one square away from the attacker and knocked over. Good result. Go ahead and roll block dice. Okay. So go ahead and roll one.
I get the movement again.
Oh, okay, whatever. Okay, well, let's just see. Once it's knocked back, and we'll just knock him over, whatever. See what damage we've done. Whenever a player is knocked over, the opposing coach makes an armor roll, spelled with a U, so you know it's British.
Armor.
Yes. The orc coach rolls 2 dice and adds them together, then compares them to the human armor value. Yes, so roll 2 dice.
D6?
Yep, roll 2d6.
That's a 1. No, that's a 6.
Okay, so 10. Okay. So, you beat my armor value of 8, so the human player is injured. The orc coach rolls 2 dice again, looking to look on the injury table. So what's the injury table?
On here?
Yeah, it's right there, injury table.
Oh.
8. Knocked out. Whatever. So, okay, well, let's see.
Take that player off the pitch and place them into the dugout in the KO zone.
Okay, well, it's in the drill. It's you rolled 11, so the human is seriously injured and removed from the field. Okay, so we will remove him from the field. Put him in a knocked out zone. He got knocked out. Okay, blitzing. Once per turn, one of your players can take a blitz action. This is like a move action, but once during the move, the player can make a block at the cost of 1 square of movement. The orc coach decides the other orc lineman will take a blitz action if that slippery human player isn't getting away. So that one is going to move up to here.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5.
The lineman moves 4 squares and has 1 square left. Orcs move, okay, whatever.
4.
Okay. Orcs move up to 5 squares in 1 turn. When they get which they get to use throw block. The orc coach rolls the block dice and gets a. Oh, perfect. That results in both players being knocked down at the same time. Each coach makes an armor roll.
Which is 1 or 2?
It's 2.
I got 9.
I got
10.
Okay. And maybe even an injury roll for the opposing player. Go ahead and do this and see how it turns out. Okay, so what's your armor? What did you get?
9.
Okay, and I got 10. So we each get to do an injury to each other. I got 5. So that means that you got.
Is it AV for armor value?
Yes.
My AV is 9.
Well, I rolled 10.
Oh.
So I beat your armor value.
I got 10.
So you're a casualty.
No, this is on you, not me.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. What do you roll for?
That is your injury.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Well, no, we roll for ourselves to see what we get.
No.
Okay, whatever. We'll just go.
Think of Warhammer, Bob. This is your wound roll.
Whatever.
It's your hit, then your wound.
All right. All right. So you're ready to do the other thing.
So now you roll to see what I get. You got 7, so I'm free to go.
You're stunned.
Yeah, I'm stunned.
So turn them face down.
I go like this, and yours gets removed.
Yep. Okay. So now that's the end of that. Go ahead and do the next one.
Yay! I'm gonna say, does Ted want to do the last one? Ted can't hear me. It's time to reset the playing field. Clear the players away, then set up both human linemen and one orc lineman, as shown in the example below. So, end zone. Let's just go there for your lineman.
And where else?
4 in between, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So there. And I put one of my linemen
2.
there. Yeah.
Nice.
In this example, it is human team's turn again. They've managed to get one of their linemen into the end zone, the orc end zone. If that player gets their hands on the ball, it's going to be a touchdown. Scoring team's touchdown is generally how to win the games of Blood Bowl. You can also go for stomping the other team flat, but that's often more challenging.
Yep.
I guess that's one way of doing it.
Squad wipe.
Yep. Team wipe.
Yeah, team wipe.
The human coach declares that the player with the ball takes the pass action. Oh, he has a ball.
We should magnetize these things.
Yeah, magnetizing would be a lot easier.
That would be kind of cool. Well, not just that. I think that maybe if we had glued them on backwards, it would have been easier. Because a lot of these guys are like tilted forwards. Actually, I take that back. It might not be so easy with the orc stuff.
Yeah.
Put a little magnet on the front of them.
Yeah, really.
Thank you.
In an attempt, okay. In an attempt to get the ball up the field to the player waiting on the end zone, the player making the pass can move up 6 squares as before, then can throw the ball. Take the plastic range ruler and place it so that the hole is at the one end is directly over the flamethrower's head. Then align it so that the center line of the ruler passes over the head of the receiving player.
Yep, is it that way?
Yeah.
I like how it actually fits on the head.
Yeah, I know. Yours it does, mine it doesn't. The different sections of the ruler represent different passing ranges. As you can imagine, it's harder to throw the ball to the distant player than it is nearby one. Looks like you're in range 2.
Range 2, okay. Wait, so these pointy bits are the different ranges?
Well, you see that there's one, there's
Okay.
another, there's...
Alright.
In this case, the player follows the second section, so it is a short pass. The human coach rolls a normal d6 requiring a 4, 5, or 6 for the pass to be accurate.
Nope, 2.
That's actually what it says in here. In our example, the coach rolls 2, so the pass misses.
Okay.
The ball has come down somewhere, so human coach uses a scatter template to see where it ends up. Center the square where the ball should have landed. In this case, the player... Okay. Let me read this. You put him underneath this guy.
Okay.
So he actually kind of like fits on top kind of nicely. So it's right there with the one pointing this way. So as such.
Okay.
And roll an 8-sided dice.
4.
Put the ball in the space that corresponds with the number you rolled. Repeat this twice more, or 3 times total, to determine the final ball's resting place. So,
4. 7. Which way is 7?
So I think you move it back. So you like move it with it, maybe?
What? No, it's fine. It's 2. Oh, handy. Okay, well that's where it ended up.
in the example, okay, in the example that goes, then another 2, and then a 1. So the ball is scattered into the orc player's space. That can't be good. If the ball lands on an orc player's space, the player gets a chance to catch it. The human coach was hoping that their own player would get the chance, but thanks to the run of bad luck, their opponent now is doing so. Instead, the orc player rolls dice needed. They score a 4 or more to catch the wildly bouncing ball. So, do we want to go off this or do we want to go off this?
Go off the rules, whatever.
So even though you saw where he rolled, it would have been there. We're gonna move it here, so it was a 2, 2, and a 1 according to the rule book. Will he make it? Roll a dice and decide for yourself. If you score,
Oh,
it's
you
me.
made it.
I did not. Wait, yes I did. If you score a 4, 5, or 6, slot the ball into your space on the orc player's base. I'll let you do that. It's an interception, otherwise the ball scatters one final time. Then it comes to rest in its place and it moves. There you go. 3 training drills give you the overview of how to play Blood Bowl. Now read the learn how to play game. Now read on and learn how to play the game for real. Basic rules. Ready? Or, yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually really long. I understand it. It's just,
Yep.
do we want to end the video or do we want to keep going? Let's end the video.
Alright.
That was the 3 drills. That was Hell Week.
Yep.
So we kind of, sort of understand a little bit, maybe,
Yeah.
if
Well,
we're lucky.
I get it. It'd be nice to actually, play the game.
Yes. But we're going to finish this because this was Hell Week.